Hey sibling, sorry it took me so long to make this video. The typical excuse is to say that I've been too busy, but really I just haven't made the time for it, so I'll be better about that going forward. There should be some sort of standardized penalty for not making your videos on time, but I don't want to be the one to come up with it because I would just do stupid internet challenges. So we should think of something together as a penalty for not doing your video on time, just to keep us honest and to keep this going. Sometimes it's hard to make the time, but I think it's important to do it, because it's a good way to keep in touch and it's nice to see everybody. So here's what's been going on with me. I turned 30, so that means I only have 20 years left before I hit my prime. 30 seems kind of old. I'm teaching a calculus class right now, which is going very well, by the way. The students are all nice. They have nicknamed me Spider-Man. I don't know why, but they have. And all my students are 18, 19 years old. I mean, 30 seems pretty old to these students. But I don't feel old. I don't even feel particularly mature, to be honest. I still do the same dumb things I've done all my life. Having Leo is, I guess, more impactful to my maturity than this arbitrary age. I don't know if this is true for everyone, but I still find it to be really hard to make mature choices all the time. That is, to spend a day grading tests and mowing my lawn, as opposed to playing video games all day. I think maturity is really a mindset and a choice, not something that's strictly tied to the number of days you've spent on the planet. Other than that, not much is going on. I mean, you know, we have a baby still, and so that's good. That's a good thing. Leo's doing great. Margaret's doing great. We've started exercising together as a family. Well, we go walking, and usually that means Leo sits in a carriage, but we sometimes carry him around. And I guess early next year, I'll be going to Seattle, Washington for another mathematics conference. The conferences can be a lot of fun if, when you get there, your presentation is finished, which was not the case last year. And so last year I spent a lot of time in my hotel room preparing my presentation. This was a bad plan. All right, let's talk about challenges. Sans challenge, I had no problem not laughing at you during your video. In fact, I was just mesmerized. It was so fascinating to sit there and watch you in this fast motion reaction to an admittedly very sad video. Although, I have to say, I actually thought the video was more heartwarming in the end than sad. I don't know if you got a chance to watch the videos that I posted, but those really tug on my heartstrings. I mean, the one with the little girl who said that her daddy's a liar. It made me cry a lot. Regarding Steven's challenge, the very day after I watched Steven's video, I went to the store and there were a group of cheerleaders selling raffle tickets outside of the storefront. And so I went in and bought a raffle ticket. I can win some LSU tickets. I'm not really thrilled about it, but it's, you know, I thought that was satisfying the challenge. Buying a raffle ticket's not quite the same as entering into a contest. And so I entered into a second contest. This was really interesting. When I went to my office for the first time this semester, on our chalkboard, for whatever reason, the website chipotleFriendOrFoe.com was written on the board. I don't know if my current office mate wrote it there to remind themselves that they should go to this website, but out of curiosity I did, and it turns out that's a sweepstakes website through which you could win a year's supply of free Chipotle, which I am really excited about because I love Chipotle. That's my official response to your challenge. Now, Aaron's challenge I blew out of the water. First, I thought it might just count because I have a new class this semester. I had to learn 45 new names and introduce myself to 45 new people and build a relationship with them, and I've talked to them outside of class. But it feels a little bit too easy because it's something I had to do anyways. So instead, I met some Mormons. We had 2 Mormon missionaries come to my door shortly after Aaron posted your video, and instead of turning them away, I said, you know what? Come in, guys. You look really hot. It's Louisiana summer. Have a glass of water. Let's talk about Jesus and John Smith and the Latter-day Saints. And so we did. And it was really interesting. They're, of course, very nice. In my experience, I've never met a Mormon that I didn't like. And it was actually sort of inspiring to see these 2 young guys going door to door, trying, mostly futilely, I'd imagine, to share their faith with people out of the blue. I mean, in a sense, that was like the epitome of Aaron's challenge, is just knocking on somebody's door and saying, hey, do you want to sit down and have a conversation with me for a little while about Jesus? So not only did we sit around and talk for 45 minutes, I ended up inviting them to dinner. And they came over to dinner and they told us all about their faith, and it's really different in some significant ways, but it's still very interesting to learn about. And it gets me thinking, whenever I have a conversation with somebody, Nathan and I used to talk all the time about our respective systems of beliefs and their differences. it makes me think about why I believe what I believe and what it would take to make me change my beliefs. I understand that in general, the major differences that occur between different branches of Christianity have to do with what those branches accept as their fundamental authority. If you were trying to base your religion around the thing that you find to be most true, what you define as true depends on what you accept as a source of truth. For me, it makes a lot of sense to afford the theologians of the Catholic Church who've been pondering the Bible for the past 2,000 plus years a lot of weight in what might be true concerning our faith. So for my challenge this week, I want each of you to talk about your faith. We don't really talk about each other's religion that much. I mean, I know that everybody has their own unique perspective on faith right now. And I'm just curious as to what that is. Why do you believe what you believe? How does that manifest itself in your life? What are you doing to show what you believe to those around you? I'm really curious about it, so I'd like to know what you have to say. I hope to hear from you soon.